Hello and good afternoon to all. I see Neeraj Kumar Singh, Vice Chairman of Varanasi Branch. On behalf of a Professional Skill Investment Committee of ICI, welcome all the participants in today's webcast on enhancing skills in AI and blockchain technology. I also welcome today's resource person, CA Deepak Dayal sir from Gurgaon and other event enabler from Varanasi Branch and all the members present here. Before the deliberation, I just want to introduce our resource key person. Deepak Tyal sir is a seasoned chartered accountant with over 12 years of professional experience spanning AI, blockchain, international taxation, IFRS advisory, a proficient Python programmer. He has developed innovative solutions leveraging AWS architecture and blockchain technology, enabling large corporations to streamline taxation processes and address complex reconciliation challenges. Deepak sir is also sought after technical speaker and served as a visiting faculty member of ICAI, sharing his expertise in cutting edge technologies and their application in the finance and taxation domains. So, welcome, Deepak sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the
Over
wonderful
to you, sir.
introduction. First of all, I would like to thank all the committee members present and non-present for giving me this opportunity, and all the event enabler team here for supporting this call. With this, I would like to start my presentation. Just okay. Hope everyone is able to see my screen.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
setting up it in a presentation mode. Okay, now topic of the today is unlocking AI and blockchain. Let me just uh, move this screen a little bit. Okay, so when we talk about AI and blockchain, like a lot of hassle is going around AI. Earlier, lately, it was on a blockchain. Understand how impactfully we can apply these technologies, the new technologies, whatever it is, to our day-to-day life, or maybe in our professional work, basically. So, I've tried to design today's session for for this only, so that I can share all the practical aspects what maybe I'm using in my day-to-day work, or maybe I've learned from somewhere else, so that I can share with the entire professional team, so that we can use it in our day-to-day life, or maybe whenever we are stuck in something. So the program, of course, we have a scheduled time today, and I have tried to plan the program in two sections. So first, we'll try to understand about AI. For AI section, I will try to move over practical examples, showing my screen, and practically how we can use it, and how we can derive the results out of it. Blockchain, of course, blockchain is a quite a different technology, so there is no it is very difficult to show a practical aspect of it over here on the screen. But of course, we will deep dive into what actually is blockchain. So lately there was quite a hassle about blockchain, bitcoin, and everything. But I normally try to understand what actually is blockchain, basically how it is created. If, for example, if I have to embed blockchain technology in any of the professional aspect like accounting, financial, or maybe risk work, how can we embed that how can we take advantage of blockchain and try to embed in our professional environment, so that we can leverage its benefits. Of course, it's a very good technology, and we'll discuss about that also. So main purpose is that we will understand what is blockchain, so that we can broadly understand and apply it in our some of the practical examples, like we have also done in one of the use case. So okay, moving forward. So okay, let me, before starting, I have one quick question, or maybe one quick uh, stanza to say, like how it all started. Like if I'll talk about, we talk about AI, so how it all started. Of course, we know AI is embedded in our mobile phone nowadays, like Google Map, also just a very good example of AI. It is also an artificial intelligence, how it finds the path and tell you about the updates of the traffic, and like guide you with the easiest way. So that is also a very good example of AI. There are different types of AI. Of course, we will not go into that detail. Okay, what kind of artificial intelligence models are there, because that's quite of a theoretical stuff, and you will find a couple of many articles about it over the internet also. I think purpose of today's seminar is not that. So how it all started? So actually, the major impact, the revolution of AI started in 2017. So on there was a technical paper which was developed by a Google team, researchers for the Google team, which mentioned, which the like the heading of the paper was, attention is all you need. So basically, attention is all you need. So earlier there were chatbots also, like before chat. If I give a very good example of ChatGPT, of course, earlier there were also chatbots, but they were not that responsive. They were not that they were trained of a heavy data also, but they were not as good response. They didn't have as good response as ChatGPT or similar type of large language models has. So this paper basically revolutionized the world of artificial intelligence, which basically talks about the attention model. So that's why I started with attention is all you need. So for example, when you give a question or a statement to any large language model like ChatGPT or Copilot or any similar model, so basically it basically understands. I would not say understand in a technical term, but in a layman term, of course, it understands on the basis of the attentions in your word. So it's trained upon large number of data, and it understands which a word has to be given an attention, and therefore it predicts the best answer from it. So quite a technical thing, but of course, for our knowledge, I thought to add this particular slide in our session so that we all understand, okay, how it all started. So this is something very, I think, very interesting. Attention is all you need. There it all started. Actually, this is the paper which started everything. Okay, now moving forward to our agenda. So agenda. So again, as I mentioned, I've tried to divide it into two parts. First one is, of course, the artificial intelligence. On the left hand side of the screen, you can see, and on the right hand side of the screen, you can see about. I will discuss about blockchain. Uh, in the artificial intelligence section, the AI section will first discuss about the code interpreter. Many of you have heard this term in the any earlier sessions also. Code interpreter was a very good add-on which was introduced by, of course, ChatGPT a couple of months back, and I think it has a tremendous power. I'll try to give you very simple examples of it. Then there are some new functionality of ChatGPT. So why I'm talking about ChatGPT here? Because of course, when you talk about AI, ChatGPT is the OpenAI is the one which has revolutionized it. And why not talk about ChatGPT? Because it is one of the, it's of course first is it's free and one of the best result giving as per my understanding. There is very limited solutions which you cannot create with ChatGPT nowadays. Like as soon as it's growing with the premium model as well, so it can do almost everything which other large language models can do. I think better than that. Then we'll create like an HTML dashboard. So those who are not right quite familiar with coding, of course, though they don't have to worry. So we are not coding here in any way, but we will create a dashboard, a complete dashboard, a very simple dashboard for now. But of course, um, you can improvise it and create very complicated dashboard also with the use of chat gpt. And I'll show you how simple it is, and why html. I'll show you why also, why we are why I thought to keep this particular topic in the session. Then we will move towards scheduled task. So this is again one of the scheduled tasks. This is again one of the new feature which is introduced by ChatGPT. Again, very good, a very good feature. So you can of course schedule task. You can ask ChatGPT to do anything over a period of time, and I think for some use cases it's very good. Then projects. So again, another feature, the new projects, like projects which is introduced by ChatGPT. It's quite a similar to the custom GPT. I will talk about custom GPT also in the next next section of the today's seminar. Then there is a search extension integration. Now ChatGPT has an extension, which, like, Chrome extension or maybe Edge extension. So like that, we have an extension for ChatGPT that can be then authorized by OpenAI, that can be embedded to your browser, and you can directly search over it. We'll discuss that also. Then there are a couple of other technologies I thought, like, I found it very useful. Like there is a AI tool known as which can remove watermarks over the photos, and then Google AI Studio, again, very very good feature given by AI. I'll try to show you. This particular feature is also available in ChatGPT, but again, we'll talk about it. Then we'll move to blockchain. Of course, we'll talk about what is blockchain, history of blockchain, what is hashing, what is mining, what is proof of concept, what are smart contracts, and then what is dApps. So, uh, decentralized application, basically. So dApps is a short form of decentralized application. So this is all about what we plan to discuss in today's session. This is the agenda. So I'll just stop sharing my presentation here, and instead of going only on the PPT, I'll just move over to my browser and I'll try to show you how, like, as a live examples of using AI technology, and mostly ChatGPT, of course. So I'll go to my browser here. So as you can see, this is ChatGPT. Of course, I have a paid version, but you can do most of the things in the free version as well. And so first we'll talk about code interpreter. So what is code interpreter? So earlier, when this code interpreter was launched into ChatGPT, so there was a separate section of code interpreter that has to be enabled from the settings, and it used to where you can just upload files and, like, ask ChatGPT to perform any task. So what actually is code interpreter? Code interpreter is, they have embedded a Python engine into ChatGPT itself. So so some of you who are a bit interested in coding, so like macros, like similar Python is there, and different type of languages are there. So earlier, what you can do, what you have to do, like, you have to create a code, and then you have to paste it in the IDE and then run the code. And, like, those who are not very familiar with how coding has to be done, so they find it quite difficult to do. But now they have embedded a Python engine to it. So what it does, it takes the action, it performs the action, it runs the code and provide you with the result, basically. So I'll go with a very simple example. So what I've done, I have downloaded here on the Excel file. It's a sample sales data I have downloaded over the from the internet itself, and I've converted that into the CSV file. Why CSV? Why not Excel? Because sometimes most of the large language model like ChatGPT find it difficult to read from the Excel, but CSV is very easy version to read, because CSV is basically a plain text separated by comma. So that's, and it's very small file also. So what I've done, I have converted this file into CSV here, and what I'll do, I'll just upload it. I'll upload from the system. Just a second. Okay, you can see it's uploading, and I have a couple of prompts here which I have uh, uh, taken here. So what I'll do, size of the, okay, is it fine now? I'll increase more. Okay, great. Thank you. So I have a couple of prompts here. So I have just copied for, like, for the ease of today's session. What I'll do, I'll just copy here and paste it. So what this prompt say, this is the sales data. Analyze the same and provide visualization of 5 key matrices that would be a best fit to create an interactive sales dashboard. So what my purpose is, I have to create a dashboard. So although it's a very simple data here which I have given to the chat GPT, but you can give a very complicated data also, right? And you can ask chat GPT to analyze it, and you can ask chat GPT to provide key matrices, what would be beneficial. You can ask it to provide commentary also over it, right? Also provide your analytical comments together with a future perspective, right? I'm asking what, like, from the future perspective also, what do you understand? So I've already done this over yesterday on these history tabs, but what I'll do, I'll do it again today, in case we, because sometimes these AI tools hallucinate. So in case there is any difficulty in doing it again today, I'll show you the one which I did earlier, right? I'll just enter it, and what it's doing, it's reading the file. So it has converted the file into CSV, and like it know how the structure. So you can see here what it's doing. So it's analyzing. So see, one on the first instance, it's a analysis error. So there was, what it has done, it has created a code and it has run the code by itself. So on a first instance there was an error, but what because it's an AI tool, ChatGPT again changed the code and again ran it, right? See, now that it has changed, now it has ran it, and now you can see analysis has been done. So there is a matplotlib, is basically a library of the Python from which it's generating all this dashboard. See, now this is the result. So it has given the 5 matrices, and it has given beautiful basically a beautiful visualization for the same, and provided with the graphs. These are interactive graphs. You can maximize it also, and you can minimize it also, and you can there is, on some there is a interaction also. You can see what it is, how much it is, for which section, right? So for those who are not very good in drawing the visualization from maybe Power BI or maybe Excel, I think this is a very quick shot, and like you can just provide the data. Of course, I tend to not to provide any confidential data of the client, although ChatGPT says it anonymize the data. But of course, like, because of the confidentiality issue, we remove the confidential information. But of course, then I provide the data to have an analysis perspective, and see in a couple of minutes how ChatGPT has analyzed the data. It has provided the discount impact on profit, how the trend is going basically. Then monthly sales, of course, that's a major for any sales data. That's a major graph. Top 10 products, it has automatically derived the top 10 products for the top 10 products, and it has given the beautiful presentation for the same, visualization for the same. Profit margin by category, it knows, okay, there are categories, and it has provided the profit margin of the same, right? And of course, then the country level bifurcation. Again, post this, if you want, like, to ChatGPT to change any visualization. For example, this one, we want ChatGPT, okay, don't show this in the bar chart, right? And we can just ask ChatGPT here for monthly trend sales, provide this in the bar chart, and it will do the same. But let's do one more thing. Let's do give it another prompt key, also provide projected visualization for future 2 years. So we want projection also, like, so I'll ask ChatGPT to draw a projection for 2 years also. Let's see how it will do. Now see, it's again running and analyzing. One of the beautiful thing, you can see, it's running these models. Like, these models are basically the data science models which are embedded in the Python. So you don't need to have any coding knowledge for the same, right? And it's running these data science models like scikit-learning. When I ran it earlier, it used scikit-learning, but now it is using another model. So it runs that particular model and provide you with the projection. So for the persons who is not very good in coding, and doesn't really basically want to go into the dig in detail of the same, you can just use this feature of ChatGPT, and you can see the project. It has drawn the projected profit over the 2 years. See how it has done. It has compiled all the data, and you can ask ChatGPT to provide the explanation also. See, it has provided the explanation how it has done basically, and it has provided the recommendation also. So that's how beautiful a code interpreter is. And it is not limited to the CSV or an Excel file. I have given you an example of CSV and Excel file, but you can very well upload any PDF file also, as soon as earlier it was in a readable format, but now ChatGPT, like, or any other large language model, has increased its capabilities to tremendous level. You can just, if you give them PPT, PDF with a handwritten language, it will understand that also. I think it will be difficult to show you. There is one more feature which is very good. What you can do, you can just install ChatGPT over your phone, and there is an option there to talk with ChatGPT. You can just, and it's on a free model, of course. You can just talk to free ChatGPT. The maybe the financial statement or any information in your diary, also written notes are written over your diary, and you can just share the screen and show that. Just don't click the photo, just show those presentations, or show those notes, or show those information to the chat gpt, and it will provide you with the analysis, with the information, what do you desire basically out of it. So it's very good thing. Like, now it is not limited to only the text model. It can read images, it can read everything. You can just click a photo and it will analyze the complete photo also, photo with the powerful engine it has. So that's a very basic example of the code interpreter, and this is really very basic example. Uh, Code interpreters has such a tremendous power. These models which I show you here, for example, if I run it on a very large data, it takes quite a good time and good memory power to run it over any system. But now, because it is embedded into the cloud, it is running for you in a few seconds, right? So please try it. Like, I would recommend, please try it. And again, now a follow up for this is like, sometimes we have this query in our mind. Okay, we don't want client data to be shared, because that's the major problem in our professional. We don't tend to share client data over the internet, and of course that's a confidentiality issue also. Although ChatGPT, in its terms and condition, says that it anonymize the data which it has, which you provide, but it's quite risky, of course. So there is another option. We will again come to our agenda for today, where we have the HTML dashboard, right? Again, we don't have to worry about HTML coding at all. We will not be doing any coding here. But what we'll do here, we will ask, HTML. I think most of us are at least familiar what HTML is. HTML is a language from which a web page is basically built, right? And I just wanted to make it clear, when we talk about HTML, it's just a front end. Everything is in your system. There is nothing on a cloud, right? So that's a key point. So when we talk about HTML, so everything is on the web page. There is nothing going over the cloud. You're not sharing anything with anyone there on the internet. So what we'll do here, instead of like how we have created the chart here, like we have shared the documents data with the chat gpt, and it has created the visualization. Let's do one thing. What we'll do, we will ask ChatGPT to create an HTML dashboard where we can upload the file, and then we can create the basically we can that basically HTML page creates these dashboards automatically. Okay, so what we will do for this, again, as you can see, I have this data. We'll use the similar data. Before moving forward, what we'll do, just a second, what we'll do, we will sorry, I'll create one more tab. Yes, we will go to the Google. We will first convert it into the JSON version. So what actually is JSON? So I've already done it. I'll just show you what JSON is. So JSON is JSON object basically, right? So this is basically JavaScript objects. Basically your data into a specific protocol, right? So for example, there is an XML. You must have heard about XML, and of course, with the new income tax portal, I think everyone is familiar with about JSON also. So it's nothing. It's just a protocol to convert your data into basically a format which web can read very easily, like web tools, or maybe the web languages like HTML or maybe JavaScript can read very easily. We can of course do do it with the CSV also, but I think converting it first into JSON is quite simpler. So of course, and many of you must say, okay, why you are again sharing it over the internet and converting it to JSON format? So there are most of the convert. So what I'll do, convert CSV to JSON. So you can also use ChatGPT to convert it, but we are using just an online tool. Just for a quick note, we'll upload this file here, the CSV file here. And again, most of the tools over the internet where you are converting, doing this type of conversion, these are not sharing anything over the cloud, right? So you can be very like you can there is your data is not shared over the internet. But what you can do, you can ask ChatGPT to create a converter for you. So that's also a very quick one. Or you can ask code interpreter to do it. So it has converted. Look, it's nothing basically. It has taken the heading and it has uh, uh, put all the information in front of the heading, and like all the rows it has created different objects. We call it objects in the coding term, but you can see in the curly bracket, these are the objects, right? So this is a very simpler language where any JavaScript can easily read your data. So I've converted it and I downloaded it, so it's already over there over my system. We will again move to ChatGPT and I'll create a new chat window. So what I'll do, I'll have this prompt with me. So what I'll do, I'll ask ChatGPT this. So what I'll do first, I'll open. Just a second. This screen share is popping up again and again. Just a second. Okay. So first, what I'll do, I'll just copy first set where I have a sample data, right? I'll maybe, if you want, you can just remove the names and confidential information from it if you don't want to share. But because it's downloaded from the internet itself, so I don't worry. So I'll just paste it here. I'll go down. I'll do Shift Enter. I'll not enter it, and I'll give this prompt to ChatGPT. I'll show you what the prompt says. So it says this is a structure of my sales data in JSON format. Understand the structure and suggest 5 key data visualization matrices that would be the best fit to create an interactive dashboard. Also explain why we should use each one of them. Okay, now we are just in the first instance. So that's prompt engineering also. We are not giving everything to the large language model in one go. So that's again a part of prompt engineering. So go step by step, because it remembers your previous conversation also. It will give you a better result when you go step by step, right? So I'll press enter here. So see, now it has given me 5 matrices like total sales and purpose, visualization type. Also, it has given the Pareto chart for the same. It has given a scatter plot chart for the same, line chart, right? So it has given the 5 matrices, and it has given me why these matrices are ideal for the dashboard. So what it has done, it has analyzed the structure and then provided the key matrices. If you want, you can change. You can ask ChatGPT to change this particular visualization type, or maybe if you want to add any key matrices, you can just ask ChatGPT to add this particular key matrix to the list above. So it will give you another list, right? On the second prompt, what we'll do, we will give this prompt. I'll show you what the prompt is. We'll go here. So I'll say, now I want you to create an interactive sales performance dashboard with a 5 key visualization using HTML. And so it will, when we say 5 key visualization, it knows that I'm talking about the above visualization. Now using HTML and JavaScript. So HTML is the structure skeleton of the page, and JavaScript is a language which provide action to the any web page, right? So you don't have to go understand this. It's just like you are using these two languages. Using the latest version of Plotly.js and CDN. And again, don't have to worry about this. Maybe you can write it down also. So Plotly.js is nothing. It's basically a library of JavaScript which basically helps in creating interactive dashboards. So why we are given this? Because with this, it will be very easier and very simpler code. Otherwise, the code will be very lengthy. So or you can instead of this, if you don't know what library to use, you can just write here to ask ChatGPT, okay, use the library of JavaScript, whatever you feel best, right? And use CDN. Well, CDN is again to explain you, CDN is we don't have to install anything over the system, it will directly get this library from the internet itself and include an upload feature. What we are asking that upload include an upload feature like browse tab, that we can upload the JSON file to generate the dashboard based on the uploaded data. Now I need to upload the sales data from a local computer, and it should be created a dashboard based on the data. So why I'm explaining here that I will be uploading the data from my local computer, right? That nothing will go over the cloud, right? We'll give this prompt, and now it has created a full code for me. It will take some time. Let's wait for a few seconds. Now ChatGPT is much faster. Earlier it used to give very slow results. So you see, it is using Plotty and everything. So Plotty is the library, as I mentioned. Now, by the time it's uh, giving the results. So what I'll do, I'll for the next prompt, what I'll ask it, I'll say, okay, provide this in an HTML download file. So now you don't have to copy this code and paste it anywhere, right? Although it has provided you the instruction, what we normally can do, we can just create an notepad file named with the extension of HTML, and we can just paste this code there. But what we'll do, we'll ask ChatGPT to create this file. So provide this in an HTML downloadable file. Now what it'll do, it will again run the code interpreter, as we know, as you seen earlier, and it will create a downloadable file for this. Let me just minimize it. It will just show analyzing, and in few seconds it will provide me the downloadable file. Hopefully it runs, because sometimes it hallucinates, but nowadays using a better model, it runs over 80 to 90% of the time. Great here. So see, now this file is downloadable file. So it has created a file and it is provided me the link. I'll just click on the file, and now I can just download it over here, or maybe I'll just name it as 24th, today's date, because I have more files over there. So you can see this is the file. We'll click it. It's just an executable. It's not an executable. It's an HTML file. It will run um, over the internet, right? Not over the internet. It will run over the browser. What I'll do, I'll just upload the CSV. So now you can see it is giving me option to choose the file. I'll just upload the file, and there is another option to generate dashboard. See, as you can see, it has created a wonderful dashboards. Like as I mentioned earlier, before generating the code, you can ask ChatGPT to change it also. And even now, if you want anything to be changed, so for example, what I'll say, I'll give another prompt. uh, I'll say from the I'll just change some visualization of it and like some more information from it. I'll give this prompt to the chat GPT. From the dashboard you created, change the style to the glass morphism. So it's basically a style name, or you can give another style. You can give the color coding also, like whatever you feel, a theme. For example, your client has a theme of blue, so you can provide like a blue theme, right? Then adjust the padding within what is padding and width. Like I want that, because here dashboard are shown in a full screen, I wanted to show in a smaller screen, like in a charts to 40% of the screen size, and change the background color to icy blue. And you can provide, this is a download HTML. And now again I am giving it in the same comment, okay, provide the download HTML file. So we'll give this prompt again. Let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just show what I have already downloaded earlier. So just to not waste your time. So this is the, when I gave this prompt, this I got from the earlier prompt, similar prompt when I used it yesterday. So I'll just choose the file here, the CSV file. I'll upload it, and you can see the same charts in a very different format. And similarly, you can give any other instruction. You want to change the chart, you want to add any instruction, you want to add any information, any line item, so you can directly do it by this. So this is just a very simple example. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you can create very interactive dashboards with it. Of course, there will be more complicated code information and prompts required to be given to the to ChatGPT. But again, you can improvise as soon as you move forward. Like first, try to create very simple dashboards, and then you can move forward with the complicated one. But again, as I mentioned, very powerful tool, very powerful tool. You can use it in any manner. Like I've tried to just show you its capacity here, but like you can explore in any manner. You can try to like build some of the cases I've seen people build powerful presentations also from this. Although presentation doesn't creating presentation from this tool doesn't suits my taste, like how do I create presentation, but of course people do that also. And there are a couple of tools in the market who do from which you can do create presentation and many other things also. So this is I think this is something I wanted to explain you over this particular section. We will move to another section, another one of the very good feature which has introduced by ChatGPT in a recent year and a recent month, or I would say recent days. And of course, it's something in a beta version right now. So when you go over here, you will see there is a, just a second, let me move it. Yeah, so there is a task section there, which is of course marked as beta. I'll move it here to this. It is says that I can it can remind you to of any journey. It can remind you for any weather, right? So let me just click on the try my own. So what I'll do, it has many use cases, but I'll give you one simple one. For example, remind me of Reliance, yeah, Reliance Industries prices at every 1 hour daily, right? So what I'll do, I'll click it here. So it is creating tasks for me, and it is asking me for start the desktop notification. I'll click on allow. I'll not click it now because of this my security, so I don't keep desktop notification allowed for myself. But again, if you are comfortable, you can just click allow, and this notification will show you over the desktop, and also it will go over the go over your email, which is registered over this when you created the account on the chat gpt. It will go over the email also. So this is very simple example. Like for example, I have just given it to give me the prices. For example, I can give it instruction to give me prices when there's a threshold which is met. For example, if the price goes down, so give me the prompt. So until and unless the price doesn't go down, it will not prompt you. And many other things, like you have to book a ticket, you can just provide the link over here and say, okay, when the price goes down, provide me the notification, remind me when the price goes down of this particular from the flight of from this location to this location, and maybe over this site. Like you can, so what it will do, it will search over the internet and provide you with the it will like you have to give the intervals there. Like for example, it will run daily for after an hour, or maybe daily morning in at 9 a.m. So you can just change it also. If I show you, so when I go here in the task, you can see there's a task I schedule. You can create more tasks here. So not only one, I can create it, change it also. So here you can see it has already defined the name for it. The instructions are there. You can change the instruction from here. Maybe anything else. Like for example, you are keeping track of a market. There is some deal going on over the internet, and you have to keep track of it. So you can just ask ChatGPT to remind you whenever whenever that deal goes on. And see here on the custom schedule, and change the custom schedule also. But right now I've given it for every 1 hour, so it is like from starting where I gave it, it is giving me time slots for every 1 hour basically. right? So you can open chat and give the instruction again. You can pause it out from here as well. So again, very wonderful feature which has been added by. And again, there are a couple of apps like so Pebble and also, which integrates chat gpt with your email account. So you can ask chat gpt to send email over the schedule session, like with the task. So it will just schedule everything over the over with this, and you can schedule many tasks through it, right? So this is very wonderful feature which has been and I would recommend everyone to try it off. Moving further, there is another feature which has been recently added, is a projects. So I would say projects and custom GPT is quite similar, but I'll discuss about both today. I found a very small dissimilarity with the model into it. So I guess the one from it is the better one. So but I'll show you. So we'll go to the custom gpt. So sorry, we go into the projects. So here you can see on the left hand side there's a project section. You can go ahead and enter create a new, like for example, I've created one with the name of income tax. I will create income tax 2, just an example, right? I'll create the project. So what is say, so you can create multiple projects here, whatever you want. And one of the beauty of it, you can add files and add instruction to it, right? So what I'll do, for because as the name suggests, what I'm trying to do here, I'll add the recent income tax act in the PDF format. What I did, I've downloaded the income tax act from the income tax site. I'll just upload the file here, and that's it, right? I can add many files, other files also, any information in Word, text, or a PDF, whatever format you like. And then what I'll do, I'll give instruction to it. This instruction I've saved it for today's session. So what I have given here, always respond by understanding the legal text in the attached project file. So the project file which I have attached, it should respond with the legal text. So I've mentioned it's a legal text, so don't hallucinate with the text. Do not use internet. So I've given a specific instruction: do not use internet or your knowledge. So for example, because these large language models are trained into very old data also, so sometimes it provide you very with very old data. And also cross reference with the different section. So I've given it a specific instruction. So there is a the reference of a section mentioned in any sections or any area, you should cross reference the information. Always provide the exact text of the relevant sections, and on the basis of which response is derived. Okay, I'll save it. Okay, and let me ask one quick question to it regarding international taxation. A simple one, but of course, let's see how it will respond. So, what I've given, an Indian resident company, or I think it should not be mentioned as resident, but for easy for it to understand, I've mentioned it as resident company, is paying a technical fees to a non-resident foreign company of rupees 2 lakh. Whether TDS is required to be deducted? If yes, then at what rate, and what are the documents that shall be collected? Hope it gives the better answer. I ran it yesterday, but I'll tell you what's the difference, right? Great. So it gave me more of a similar answer which I got yesterday. So it has provided me with the detail. It has what it has done. It has gone through the project file, and like it is providing. See, the based on the provisions of the Income Tax Act 1961 as amended by Finance Act 2, Finance Act number 2 Act of 2024. So this is the particular file which I have uploaded there. So it is giving me the results based on that. But of course, see, most of the information is right. Just a caveat to everyone: when you are using these large language models like ChatGPT, Copilot, or any, or a Bard, or maybe Google AI, don't just rely blindly on them, because these models do hallucinate, because they are trained with the very historic data also. So although it has given me very good result, but as you can see, the rate it has taken is 10%. And I don't know, I've tried it multiple times, it is giving me 10% only. But yeah, through training. So for example, if I say to ChatGPT, oh, you have given me incorrect percentage, is it really 10%? So what it will say, most probably it will correct the rate. Let me just ask. Okay, let's try. You have provided the TDS rate of 10%. Can you please recheck? I guess it's not correct. Great, it has now corrected. Now, because this project is trained, right? It is trained over your data also. Now it has corrected the rate. Okay, this is the correct rate basically, and it has given the reference of the section also. Apart from this mistake, if I see, it has given many other information. It has given us all the relevant section, most of the relevant section, and maybe we can go for a DTA relief, in which section we can find it, what are the documents. It is very good thing here, like it is very briefly given us that, like for those who for our professional, for example, we got a particular assignment first time, and we are not really aware about, okay, what exactly is required. So we can definitely use this as a starter to understand, okay, what documents would be required, and like how to go further. So see, it has given me like what the basic document, the tax residency certificate, and again we can ask, like from 10F it has given us in which rule it is required, and why for why 206 double is so PAN of the resident is required, right? And invoice or agreement is also required. Of course, it has added this also to the details here. Now in form 15 CACB, it has also mentioned which form has to be filed, right? Earlier when I asked, it has given me the result also, like more than 5 lakh payment, form 15 CB is required, right? You can just re-prompt and get a detailed answer for it. And I think this is wonderful thing. This is just a very quick one, because I've just uploaded one file. You can have your knowledge database and just upload that database over the over ChatGPT, and you can now then, for your complete team, you can create this particular chatbot where you can your team can refer it as a first solution. Of course, be aware, please. Mention this to your team that we don't have to rely blindly on this. We have to do our independent research, because sometimes it hallucinates. Similar to this, what there is another feature, which is custom GPT. So custom GPT is quite famous. It has been here for quite a few months. So and of course you must have explored the GPTs which have been introduced by ICI also. Those are also very great, and you can just refer those also. And again, those are also created in the similar manner. I'll just show you how you can create a GPT of your own. So I'll just go to the my GPT section. So I've created uh, this particular again similar income tax act GPT for this session. What I'll do, I'll just okay, I'll just create one another with another name, income tax act 2. Okay, I'll just mention again here. I'll leave the description. You can of course add that. This description is basically will be shown over this is the preview of the GPT. Why this preview is shown? Okay, I'll just mention for those who don't know what custom GPT is. So you can create your own chatbot. You can create your own chatbot, and you can share this chatbot with anyone in your circle. It can be shared with the, like on a payment model, like you can just create a chatbot for your clients, and you can just ask with the after the payment gateway, you can just share the link with them, or you can just share it with your team, you can share it with your friend, right? There are few limitations to that, but of course, nevertheless, it's very good way of uh, sharing the first hand information basically. So description, of course, there's a short description which will be seen here. I'll just leave it. Instruction, again what I'll do, just comparing what we did earlier in the project section, I'll just copy same instruction and I'll paste it here, right? Again, always respond by understanding the legal text and the attached product file. Do not use the internet, like, right? Here's a conversion starter also. So like you can see in the chat GPT, you see on a front, okay, what do you want to ask? So you can mention there. So right now we don't want it. Again, upload file section, what we'll do, we will again upload similar same file here, the income tax act. It's uploading, and you can add multiple files as you want basically, right? Now this has a very this another capabilities section here in advanced tab. So what I want, like here, if you remember, I mentioned do not use internet, do not use your knowledge, right? I don't want it to web search, like, because I want it to stick to the knowledge which I have given to it. I don't want to see want it to go and see another knowledge, right? uh, Canvas in another feature in this over the chat gpt. It's more of a used for a persons who are mainly using ChatGPT for coding purpose. Of course, for other purposes also it's used, but I'll not go to it because we are not. The audience here is not mainly into coding, right? So we don't want to use coding. Of course, DALL-E image generation, we don't want to use DALL-E also because there is no image generation required in this particular kind of ChatGPT. So you can ask. You can like modify everything. Like for example, you have created a tool where you have to create images. You can just click here, and in the instruction you just mention for every ask, like for every prompt, you have to create a generation, use DALL-E and generate an image, right? So you can give a specific instruction in a simple format, right? Then you can add action. So this is again a very wonderful option here, add action. So what you can do here, so if you go here, so couple of sometimes what happens, for example, I instead of giving files over here, I want chat gpt to use data from the taxman. Like I have access to the taxman and I have login credential to it. So what I can ask taxman to give me the api, and I can embed that api here. So you can see api authentication is there, and you have to just you should know just a simple code here, and you can just write the schema here, so that and the of course the link also. So what it'll do for every chat, it will go with for example, you have given for taxman, so it will go to the taxman and extract the information from, like, research the information from the taxman itself. So again, a very good tool, a very good option, but again we'll not go into this right now, but it's again a very good thing to do. Like if you have to build your custom gpt on a better way, you can do it. Then here on the image section, you of course you can upload the photo, or maybe you can DALL-E. It will create a image for you by its own, reading the description and everything. So what I'll do, I'll just go back. I'll not create another gpt. I'll use this one only, or what I'll do, I'll just show you what I did earlier in the uh, this one. So I went to custom GPT and I asked similar question. Sorry, it's not coming here. Just a second. Yeah. Okay, so what I did, so you can see here, instead of normal chat GPT icon, so here the custom GPT icon is coming because I am chatting with it, right? So I have given the similar prompt to it. The Indian resident company is paying technical fees to non-resident foreign company of rupees 2 lakhs. Whether TDS is required to be deducted. If yes, then what, at what rate, and what are the documents shall be collected. So it has given me, in the first instance only, it has given me the right answer, of course, the TDS of 20%. If you remember, in the project section, we used the similar way. But what it did, I think it has researched on the, even after giving instruction, it has hallucinated, and it has researched to the internet or maybe some historical data, and it is provided us with the incorrect, like old rate, right? So, and that's, I think, a bit extra in the custom gpt, is that it provides the exact information on the knowledge bank which we have provided to it. So it has given me very, again, a brief detail, and one, I think, more accurate detail what we asked from him. uh, then further what I did, I asked, please provide the relevant section, right? And I would say the Chat GPT has grown tremendously in few months, because earlier when I used to ask a similar kind of question from Chat GPT, it doesn't provide me with the relevant text. So these texts are not exactly as per the act. Normally, it will not. It doesn't. Earlier days, it doesn't used to provide the exact text from any legal document. This time it has provided with us with the very exact text. Right now, what I did, so see, it has given me all the sections, right? The sections which were referred above, it has provided that exact text of the same, so we can refer them. And what I did, I just asked ChatGPT, okay, let's provide me a well drafted opinion for a client and add assumption sections and a disclaimer paragraph to it. So, what I thought, like, okay, now I have the solution. Now, provided a well-drafted opinion. So, see, although it's very brief, I can ask ChatGPT to make elaborate it more. And then, of course, if I have a knowledge bank of some case laws and citations, I can add to the knowledge bank, and it will provide me the information from that as well. It has given me very good, very brief opinion, which we can directly share with the client. And see, like, it has taken only few minutes for us to draft this opinion. It has added the disclaimer paragraph, it has added the assumptions paragraph. So see, it has like this sometimes we don't think, like, it has added that no lower rate certificate of 197 has been issued for this transaction. So sometimes we miss to add these this particular line in assumption also. So I found it like as a first hand reference, I found it very useful. And with few additions and deletions to it, I think we can just share it directly with the client. We can just ask it to download. I asked to download it over the word, but because I have disable the code interpreter, as you can see in the when I created the same, so I disabled the code interpreter, so it wasn't available to download. But if you enable the code interpreter when you were creating this, so it will download the word file for you as well. So again, a wonderful thing. So again, you can use projects, you can use custom GPT. I would prefer, of course, both are quite similar, but in case you have to use, I think custom GPT has an add-on advantage, because it's more accurate. And you can, again, now with this the custom GPT, right, you can share this custom GPT with, as I mentioned, you can share this custom GPT with your colleagues as well, right? So sorry, where it was, I forgot. I think when you no, I need to edit it. Yeah, see, you can, when you're you can just edit, and you can just right now I've marked it as only me. So there are three options you get here. So you can just keep it as only me. You can share this with the link, so if there is a separate link which will be created, and you can share it with anyone. So anyone in the world, you can share the link, and they can access that this particular GPT which is trained by you, right? And then there is a GPT store. So you can see there is a GPT store also, where you can explore different type of GPT. So here in the explore GPT, so these are many of the GPTs which people or teams have created, and you can use it as they are like as the description suggests or a name suggests. So similarly, your GPT will also be visible here, and anyone can just go and search over the name and just find your GPT here, right? So this is I think custom GPT is one of the best thing which GPT has created, and again, it's going on increasing its capacity, right? So just try it. I think it's wonderful. And of course, needless to mention, ICA has also launched many custom GPTs with this approach only. I'll suggest you to go there and check those also. And of course, you can try to replicate those and a new custom GPT, because I've seen the ICA has added the good knowledge base into it, and you can also create your own and share it with your colleagues also. You can add your knowledge base data into it. Knowledge base data can be anything. You can, like, PDF, Word, anything. You can add it over it, and it will search over there. Just one thing, when you add the knowledge base, just keep the file name uh, as like it should explain what it is, because it's sometimes when you like keep file name 1 or 2 or 3, so ChatGPT sometimes doesn't go on every file and search everything, right? So in case you the file name is familiar with the topic which is into it, so it will definitely go into that particular file in the database and then search, because when you have a very large number of knowledge base, so sometimes it hallucinates over it, right? So with the passage of time, I think that will improve. Then again, next is search extension integration, right? So there is a new feature in the chat gpt. Here you can see is a get gpt chat gpt extension search, right? This is nothing, this is just a Chrome extension. So I have just added it to I have a Brave browser actually instead of Chrome. It's more secure, just to mention. So what you because my chat gpt extension is enabled here, you can just add it from that link and it will enable. So you can just type here instead, like normally when we search over the Chrome, so it search over the Google, but when you type here, so for example, what is the weather in Gurgaon today, right? So it will search over chat gpt and provide me the result, right? See, it is going to be, and it's very simple question, but when there is a complicated question in your mind, I think chat gpt provides more good results as compared to Google, because when you search on Google, you have to search different sites and you have to find what is beneficial for you. But when you ask ChatGPT, it will go over the different sites and see what suits best for with your question. So you can try it also, and it's a free extension. Then moving to the remove watermark. So we have discussed a lot about ChatGPT. Let's move to another tool. I found this tool very useful. I just thought to like give you a very high level uh, intro of this tool. So this tool name is D Watermark. DWatermark.ai. So you can maybe just write it down, DWatermark.ai. It's a very good tool. So sometimes we have like for example, you have to create PPT and anything, and we found a very good image over the internet, and that image is having watermark, and we don't want to use that image, watermarked image over your presentation. So you can just upload your image. For example, I've got this image from the internet itself. It has so earlier, for example, if you can see, it has these watermarks, simple text, right? And it has removed the watermark. So see how beautiful it is done. Again, that's the power of AI. So you can just download the same, and I downloaded it earlier. I'll show you. Uh, no, I guess I removed it. Okay, I'll show you. See, all the watermarks are removed. How beautiful it is done. So again, that's the power of AI, and it's a free tool. You can just give it a try. Okay, now moving to our last topic of the AI section today, and then we'll move to the blockchain section. So, Google AI Studio. So, again, a wonderful feature. Just a caveat, I have not used it personally, but again, I found it over the internet, and I think this is something which is a revolutionary change. Because I'm sharing my screen right now, that's for I cannot use this tool and show you, because this tool particularly require to share my screen. So there is it will not be shared twice. So I have one quick video of from the internet itself, and I'll just show you that video, and hope my uh, hope everyone can see the sorry, listen from the to this video. I don't know whether my computer voice is sharing, but again, I'll go on in case there is some issue. Please let me know. So I'll play this video, and you can see what it is. Basically, I'll just give you the background. It's a video of a YouTuber from the internet itself, but this is about the Google AI Studio. So what the power? It's a very powerful feature. You can just share your screen. So for example, you are learning a new tool. For example, you are learning a Power BI, or maybe in Excel you are stuck somewhere, right? So you need to one way is you will just go to the chat gpt or any large language model, and you'll explain it to it, okay, where I'm stuck, this is the situation, and then provide me the answer. Okay, now with this powerful tool, what you can do, you can just share your screen. Okay, maybe you're stuck somewhere in Excel or any tool, maybe Power BI or any tool. You can just share your screen and you can just ask the AI, okay, can you see my screen? And it will provide you the real time response. Okay, you just go there, drag it there, and do it like this. And like it is like you are interacting with any of your friend over the over a voice over a video chat, over sharing your screen. So I'll just show you. And again, just to add on, you can do it in the chat GPT also, but that will be available through phone only. You can just, in the phone, you can just start sharing your screen and you can show the from your phone camera, you can show chat GPT and ask questions. And it's a similar way over the internet, over the desktop here from the Google AI Studio. I'm just starting the video. Sorry. Okay, I think I am not sharing my sound here. How to do it? Just a second. Hmm. Share computer sound. Okay, just a second.
Specifically, how to bring in.
Can you hear it now? Okay, I'll start it again. Sorry for that.
One is Google's new AI Studio. This is absolutely insane. You can now stream real time with AI and literally get it to show you anything. This is nuts. I think this might even 100% take my job. So if we come over to the right here, we could change different models. We could change the audio output and we could change what the voice is like. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen right here. We're going to click this. We're going to click allow. We're going to click share and I could start talking. Hey, how's it going? Can you talk to me?
Yes, I can talk to you. What would you like to talk about?
Awesome. I want you to help me learn how to edit a video on CapCut. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up CapCut. Now, please tell me that you could see my screen.
Okay, you've opened CapCut, and now you'd like me to confirm that I can see your screen. Yes, I can see your screen.
Awesome. Okay, I want to edit this clip right here. How do I do that? I want to place it in here. I want to get rid of the dead space, and then I want to add text to it, but I have no idea how to edit in CapCut.
Okay, you'd like to learn how to edit a clip in CapCut. Specifically, how to bring in the clip, remove dead space, and add text. I can help with that. Do you want to start with bringing the clip into the editing timeline?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Okay, to import a video into the timeline, you'll need to click on the clip on the left, then drag it down to the timeline, which is at the bottom of the screen. Do you see the drag material here and start to create text?
Perfect. So I just dragged the clip in here. Now, how do I get rid of the dead space where I'm not talking?
Okay, you have dragged the clip into the timeline. To remove the dead space, you'll need to select the clip in the timeline and then drag the edge of the clip to the beginning of where you want the clip to start. Do you want to try that now?
Awesome. I just did that. Now, how can I add text on here?
Okay, to add text, you'll need to click the text button at the top of the screen, then click Add Text on the left. A text box will appear, which you can drag into your desired spot on the timeline. You can then type in your text, select its font, size, color, etc. on the right-hand side of the screen. Does that make sense?
Awesome. So I'm doing this now. I'm going to make it yellow and I'm going to make this say learning with AI. Is there any way that I could make this shake the whole time to like really add some emotion to it?
Yes, you can add an animation to the text to make it shake. Select the text, then click the animation button at the top of the screen. From there, you can select a shake animation from the options available.
What does in mean? What does out mean? And what does loop mean?
In is the animation that plays when the text appears. Out is the animation when the text disappears. And loop is an animation that will play continuously while the text is visible.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay. Hope everyone was able to hear that. Let me just stop my computer share. Okay. Hope I'm visible, audible to everyone now, right? So again, as we saw over the video, it's a wonderful, wonderful tool. Frankly speaking, I have not used it yet. It's quite a new tool. Saw this, and I'll definitely try it. And I thought to share it with everyone. So it's like it ease out everything. You can just share your screen, and you can just start asking like your friend, like, okay, what should I do next? What should I do next? That I've done this, and you don't have to type in everything. So the life becomes so much easier with it. And I think such an advancement of AI, like, I don't know where AI will go in in near future. So it's very good. So I think with that, we are over with the agenda of our artificial intelligence. We'll have a Q&A section in the last, and of course I'll be happy to answer your questions in that. So we'll move to the blockchain section now. As I mentioned, most of the practical aspect, of course, it was from the AI. But now, just a second, this bar is not gone. Sharing it again. Okay, no issues. So now we are moving to blockchain section. Before starting, I have this Slido over with me, and what I'll do, I'll just start the poll. Just a second. Okay, so what you have to do, to all the participants, you can just go to the slido.com or and type this particular code there, or this particular code there, or maybe you can just scan the QR code here over from your phone. I have one question from, like, just to make it an interactive from everyone here. So one word that comes into your mind thinking about blockchain. So, like, you can just start and provide your answer just before starting about digging into deep digging into blockchain. So what comes into your mind? So you can start now. We'll wait for I think 30 seconds would be more than enough, just to keep it on time track. I'll request everyone to please participate on this to just make it interactive. Okay, we'll wait a few more seconds. ITC credit and GST. Sorry, I think that would not be a blockchain. I think you have that Q&A. Real time, fast. Okay, this one is new. No idea. Okay, no idea. Integrated Bitcoins, of course. Everyone thinks about Bitcoin. I think then that's one of the best example of blockchain. Bitcoins. We have fast. We have real time. Let's wait for 10 more seconds. Supply chain, don't think so. Not erasable. Yeah, this is a good one. It's not erasable. Yeah, we call it an immutable. We'll come to that. Virtual data decentralization. Very good one. It's a decentralized, right? Illegal. Okay, someone has mentioned illegal. Okay, we'll come to that. I think Bitcoin, if you talk about, yeah, there is some debate into it, but of course, not blockchain. Cryptocurrency, yeah, cryptography, of course, good one. Digital footprint ledger, virtual, okay, we have that. Something that's beyond our apprehension. Okay, chain of records that cannot be altered, great. This one is also great. Chain of records that cannot be altered. Managing data, this one is good. Technology used in Bitcoin, right? Technology used in Bitcoin is the right one. Okay, I think we can pause it for now. We have tokenized. Okay, tokenized. I think we are going over for the NFT point, but yeah, it's right. Dark web, no, of course. Just to mention here, so blockchain is not really related to dark web. Of course, in dark web, bitcoins are used, but it's not. Peer to peer, good answer. Peer to peer, right? So I think we have many people here who understand peer to peer model also. Innovative payment, yeah, innovative payment, of course, the new way of payment system, cryptocurrency. Great, I think we can stop now. I think 3 participants are also typing. Let's wait for a few seconds more. Peer-to-peer, right? Not erasable. Great. I think awesome. We have 21 responses. I think this is a good response, and most of us had the Bitcoin as the main. We have very good responses. Of course, dark web was on the new one, but of course, I'll come to it. It's not really related to dark web. Blockchain is not really related to dark web, but of course, dark web, many illegal activities may be going on. We are not discussing it here, but that's not actually. Please don't think about dark web when you discuss. Think about blockchain. Okay, so. Going on to blockchain, very good answers from the audience. Uh, so what when I talk about blockchain, I need to differentiate one thing first. So as someone mentioned over the cloud also that cloud answers also that uh, uh, it's a technology through which bitcoins are created, or maybe bitcoins are based. So blockchain is not bitcoin, but of course bitcoin is a blockchain. So again, it's a subset, right? Blockchain is a bigger, it's a technology, and bitcoins of course are a cryptocurrency used to created using the blockchain technology. And why I'm focusing on it more, because it's not about bitcoin, it's not just about bitcoin, it has so much usage to it. I think it is a very good thing, and one of the best feature of it, or best specification of it, that it's immutable. Someone mentioned that it's non alterable. Yeah, we call it immutable in the technology term. It's immutable, it cannot be altered. And why it cannot be altered, we'll understand that. Okay, we all know, okay, it cannot be altered, there is a mining going on, there are cryptography is there, but how it is built, like, and what I need to before starting, what I need to mention that what I'll mention that um, it's very easy, right? Very basic. I'll not go into coding stuff, but it's very basic. And when once you understand what actually is blockchain, I think you will find couple of ways to use it in your maybe in a regulatory environment also. Because you also know that now countries are economies are like government is starting using blockchain technology in many of the transactions models, like we know triple entry system also, right? We'll talk about that also. uh, Moving further on another slide. So what is blockchain technology? Like as we discussed, so it's a distributed, like I would say it's a Wikipedia definition, but we'll focus on few words. So it's a distributed database or distributed ledger working on a peer-to-peer model. So someone mentioned peer-to-peer, very good one. So peer-to-peer model. So if you see a screen over here, like this image over here, it quite explains the peer-to-peer model. So what peer-to-peer model is basically, so peer-to-peer model, normally how web works is that we have a client and a server, like, so quite a technical, but I'll explain you. So most of us has are professionals and must have their website or anything, like, and we know for example we are using Facebook or LinkedIn, right? So LinkedIn, when you are using LinkedIn, your system is client, right? Your system is interacting with the server. So LinkedIn has its own server, right? And maybe if you want to create a website of your own, you have to buy a web space over maybe some system. Someone has rented their computer, like server is nothing, it's just a computer connected with the internet, and it's open, like the port is open for all, basically nothing else. You can make your system also a server, right? That I think that's simple as it is. But of course, because there are many data security issue, we should not open our systems port for the for the public, right? So when we talk about peer-to-peer models, what peer-to-peer model is, so in peer-to-peer model, every system is a server, every system is a client, and every system is a server. So for example, my system is connected with a blockchain network. So I can use it as a client. So maybe I can interact with the network over there, or I would say our server, in a layman, our server over there. But my system can also behave as a server. So I can just download the blockchain model over here, and my system will be part of a peer-to-peer model, and it will behave as a server as well as a client, right? So bit of a technical, but again we'll understand in a detail. We don't have to go on a very technical side, but here our purpose is to just understand. Or if I have to explain you, just think about a classroom where So for example, I'm maintaining a ledger, an account book, right? And in a classroom, or maybe like we are sitting in a classroom, what I did, I have shared a replica of that ledger with everyone. And when I update that ledger, or anyone update that ledger, that entry automatically comes to other ledgers also. So although this is synonym to other technology also, but right now, just to make you understand, let's just simply think about that. It's a distributed ledger. So ledger is distributed over all the nodes over the network. So nodes means, in the peer to peer we call nodes. So my system is node means it's a server also, it's a client also. So it's distributed everywhere. So if someone asks you, so where is the where is the server of Bitcoin located? So there is no server, there is no single server of Bitcoin. Every node is a server, every node is a client. So every system which is using Bitcoin, it can become a server also, right? Just keep your questions hold a bit, and I will understand it further in the next few slides, right? Okay, so this is something a Bitcoin or a blockchain is basically, right? We'll just discuss about history of blockchain, what how it basically evolved. So it basically, the concept really started in 1990s basically, right? So it was basically started with the usage of time stamping. So then it concept started in 1990, but in 2009, the Satoshi Nakamoto, you must have heard about him. So he's a creator of Bitcoin. No one has seen him. So the Satoshi Nakamoto has created the white paper of Bitcoin, and created used this technology in the Bitcoin. Then in 11-12, the deployment of cryptocurrency started in 2010. Of course, before that, there was the first transaction which happened for the Bitcoin. Everybody knows. I think you must have heard it. So there were two pizzas which were bought for 10,000 Bitcoins, right? Because and the Bitcoin is something which basically revolutionized the use of blockchain, right? Now, of course, we know how high are the prices of Bitcoin, but some say it's bubble, some say it's technology. Okay, we'll not go into that discussion, but again, we can we can understand what it is, how it is built basically, and it's very simple. Bitcoin versus blockchain. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, so blockchain is a technology. Bitcoin are the cryptocurrencies which are built over the blockchain technology. So Bitcoin are blockchain, but blockchain is not Bitcoin, right? So it's a superset and a subset. So I don't think I think we have already covered everything in the slide earlier only. Moving forward, okay. Now I have one question. What's hashing? And for this, again, we'll move to the Slido, and I have this question for everyone. What is the difference between hashing and encryption? Can anyone? It's an open-ended question. If anyone knows, please, if you can answer this. Again, go to the Slido. You must have already logged in there, and just try to answer this. So. Uh, what is the difference between hashing and encryption? I know those are cryptographical term you must have heard about, but what do you think? What is, like, there are very uh, uh, a very good one thing which distinguish between both of them. So what is encryption? First, let me, while everyone is answering, let me just explain you what encryption is. So encryption started way back in the medieval period, when in the warfare, like when one army was trying to share their messages over the long journey, and they were like there is a risk of getting the message getting trapped by the the enemy, and they may read the message. So what they did, they encoded the message in a different format. Can be protocol, can be anyway. And then someone if someone steals the message also, then they could not able to read it. So that from there encryption started, the journey of encryption started. Today also it is, of course, used in the warfare right now also. And we have some answers from the on the screen. So hashing, efficient data structure. Okay, we'll come to it. uh, so 6 participants are typing. I hope we'll see every answer on the screen in some time. Hashing is for confirming data as it is. Encryption is for protection. Lock. Okay, confirming. I guess you are closer to it, but I am getting. I want a right answer, like exact right answer. Converts information into a string of non-descriptive text that cannot be decoded. Good one, good one. I think someone has googled it. Seems to me, but yeah, I think it's more of a right answer. More of a close to right answer. Combination of public key and private key. Yeah, it's an encryption model. This is a RSA model. Of course, we use it in a digital signature. So combination of public key and private key. So just to add here, so private key is your digital signature. Public key is over the public domain. Uh, Code format in encryption, but of course this is not the difference between the hashing and encryption. Code format in encryption. Code format in no, I think code format can be any, like encryption can be of many types. There are many types of encryptions, so no, code formatting is not different. Of course it's different, but it's not the difference. uh, Encryption, protecting information by using variable models. Yeah, I think that's the definition of encryption. Of course, hashing also. No idea for hashing, but encryption means secret. Okay. One more participant is typing. I'll just wait for him and then I'll just stop. Okay. Now this is done. Great answers, but some of you were close to it. But yeah, the right answer is hashing. In hashing and encryption both, we encode the data in cryptographical format, like alphanumeric format, by using some protocol, some code, some logic, right? It can be any way. Basically, it's not you don't really require a computer system for that. You can do it in a manual way also. So in both, we encrypt the data. There is a different formats, there is everything, right? We encode the data, but in hashing there is no reversal. So hashing is done in such a way you cannot decode it. In encryption we encode it and we decode it, but in hashing decoding cannot be done. So that's the major difference, and we'll come to it why this difference has this is one of the major advantages of blockchain. I think hashing is something without hashing, I think blockchain is not possible, right? And when we talk about it's immutable and everything, because of this only, because we cannot go back. In encryption we can go back and further. We can encrypt, we can decrypt, we can encode, we can decode, but in hashing we cannot do it. We have an alphanumeric code. It will not, with that code you cannot create the original message basically. So that's the hashing. Someone said also it's the way of safeguarding the data. Of course, in if you talk about our ITR, so some of you must be using the softwares which basically have that hashing into it. So hashing is of course done to check, okay, the data which was generated by the system and the income tax is exactly the same basically, right? Okay, we'll not go into that detail. We are just understanding here the blockchain, right? So I think everyone is clear what is the basic difference between hashing and encryption. And of course, the usage of the advantages and disadvantages, you can, of course, Google it. Right. Now, blockchain, exactly what blockchain is. Okay. Now we understand that hashing, we cannot reverse it, right? That's the major benefit of hash in the blockchain world. So when we talk about block, I'll just, sorry, where is the, what I'll do? I'll show the screen right from here. I think my bar is not hiding and I'm not able to open my pen, but okay, I'll show it right like this. Hope you are able to see it. So when you talk about blockchain, blocks in the blockchain, so how blocks work actually? What is blocks? So block is nothing. Block is a set of data, nothing else. It's a set of data. For example, if I've given in a layman term, so when you are preparing a ledger in a book, for example, so one page can be a block, right? So one page is block, another page is another block, right? So you can just relate it to that, the simple, the hard book, the main ledger which were created in the earlier days. So in a book you are created a ledger, right? So one page is a block, you can say. So early, like if I talk about Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies. So they have protocols. So for example, Bitcoin, there is a specific limit defined. Okay, this much data can be stored in one block, and of course there is a time limit also defined. So for a Bitcoin, for example, there is a time limit of 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, whatever data is collected in one block, it will create one block, and after 10 minutes, another block will be created. So it depends upon the protocol, how the protocol is created, white paper is created for each and every cryptocurrency. So that's upon the creator of the cryptocurrency, or creator of the blockchain also, right? So, and again, it's called proof of concept also. We'll come to the proof of concept, what it is actually. So the block is nothing, it's a data. So for example, if I have to say, so we started our first page, or first block is called Genesis block. Always we started our block with the data. Just think this 00 is not there, right? So we don't have, so there are two hashes in the block. One is previous hash and the data. So previous hash and data is more important. There are timestamp also, everything. I'll show you it in the next slide. So when, for example, this particular data in my block is there, what I did, I converted this particular data into the hash. So hash is nothing, it's a alphanumeric digits basically. So I converted this particular data into hash, right? When I am creating another block, what I'll do, there is a option to add previous hash in the another block. And what I'll do, I'll combine the previous hash and the data in the block, and then create another hash. So in case, for example, I go back and change anything here. So for example, someone goes back and change any data in the previous block. Or for example, if I go to the next block, now this third block is created. So someone goes and change the data into the second block. So what will happen, as soon as they change any dot also in the second block, the hash of that block will change. So one good thing about hashing is that all the hashes will be different. If you change one dot also, it will become, the hash will become entirely different. And for of the hash of one data, like hash of two data cannot be same. So hash of one data will always be different from another data. So even if you change one dot here, the hash will change. And when the hash will change, the previous hash which is linked here will also change of this data. And if previous hash also changed here, because the previous hash is also part of this block's data, the hash of this data will also change. And similarly, the complete chain will break. So if anyone goes and change any particular dot also in any of the data between the block, right, which has already been written in the block and tied into the chain, the entire chain will break. And the beauty of it, now for example, you must think, okay, what happens? Okay, hash will change, but because blockchain is in the peer-to-peer network, so everybody is having the replicated copy of that complete chain. So for example, if there are 100 people who is having that replicated copy of the chain, and if I change something here in my ledger, for example, I go back and, for example, think about the hard copy, hard book, and I go back and I change something on the previous page, right? So my entire opening and closing balance, if you see about opening and closing balance, like hash, the hash will change, and that hash will not match with the hashes of 99 people in the room, right? So 99, my hash will be different. So it has been said, if you understand it correctly, to understand it more, if you have to for example, if you have to change anything in the blockchain, like if you have to manipulate the blockchain, you should have the control over more than 50% of the chain, 50% of the nodes, 50% of the nodes. And of course, in the Bitcoin terminology, it's very difficult because it's very, very huge, very huge. If you want 50% control, you have to spend more than how much Bitcoins are valued today, right? So so that's the beauty, right? If you change anything, your ledger will be different from entirely all the audience, all the nodes in your network, and then you will your node will not be accepted. So you will be a different chain. You not will be accepted. You will not be a part of further chains, basically further chains which will be created, because you cannot be you cannot continue that chain because your hash is not similar, right? So this is how blocks are created. We'll move further. Okay, now I have another question just to understand more. We don't have much time, but I'll just put up last question, and I'll try to wrap it up as early as possible, because we don't want to extend this meeting. So, what do you mean? What do you think is mining? So, this is the last question, because we'll move to further section of our understanding Bitcoin journey. What is mining? Because we must have heard about mining, and I would say it's very important in when we talk about mining. So, what is mining actually? When you talk about mining, what do you think? What exactly is mining? I will not wait much for this. Maybe only 1 minute. If you please can answer. Oh, I guess. Oh, okay. We have participants now. Great. No idea. Okay. Analyze. Okay. Data big set extracting. Okay. Converting data into blockchain. Uh, Bit of a closer answer, but not exact. Extracting knowledge. Nope. I don't think so. Data crunching. I don't understand what do you mean to say, but not, it's not right. Mining means extract relevant data from the information available. Mining, of course, mining. It's not that mining, but when we talk about blockchain, what is blockchain mining? Extraction, taking out minerals, wedding. Oh no, please, the mining. I'm not talking about that mining. I'm really sorry. What do you mean by mining when you talk about blockchain, right? So I'll just wait for a few seconds. One participant is typing, and I'll stop the poll. Okay, two participants. Segregation of data. No, sorry, that's not the right answer. One good thing is about Slido is that you can type in anonymously, right? Digging out minerals. Sorry, that's the normal mining, the coal and the earth mining. Actually, I'm really sorry. Okay, so deactivating the poll. Great. I think you all participated and you tried to give the answer. But let's discuss what actually is mining. The process of verifying that. That's a Google answer. The process of verifying transaction on the Bitcoin chain, a blockchain, by solving mathematical puzzles for which miners are rewarded with a Bitcoin. Okay, this is a something in the Bitcoin term. If we talk about, we'll understand in the next slide. Okay, now let's see how actually blockchain is composite of. If you see, this is the Genesis block. When we call about Genesis block, that was the first block which was created by, if we talk about Bitcoin, that's Satoshi Nakamoto. So it's called Genesis block. For every blockchain, so there is always one first block which is Genesis block, and it has previous hash as 0 always. Because it doesn't have anything previous to it, it will be 0, always be 0 for a first block, right? And of course, when there are other blocks, it will again go on having the hash of that previous block. So for example, the next block to it will have this hash, right? So it has timestamp, it has data, and again, all thing merged together will create the hash of the block, and then this will be part of the another block, right? Now, one thing you can see, there is one extra line item here, which is nuance. What is nuance? It's a very new word, right? So what is nuance? Nuance basically denotes to n ones, which is number ones, nothing, number ones. So what number it is? Okay, so number, it is nothing. If I have to say, it's nothing, it's just a random number. And now you're saying, why random number? Why random? You must be thinking, okay, it must be generated by some code. No, nothing. So what has happened? So so how Bitcoin was designed. So why Bitcoin became so much famous also, right? How Bitcoin was designed. So there is a concept called proof of concept, POC, proof of concept. So in the white paper of the Bitcoin, what Satoshi Nakamoto did, it basically added that the hash will be always be accepted only if it is 0000, like the first four letter of the hash will be zero, right? So hash can be anything. So if you remember, we talked about that we cannot go back, we cannot decode it. Hash cannot be decoded, right? So you cannot do any reverse calculation into it. So what miners do, we what we'll do, like for example, as I mentioned, if you go back to another side, as I mentioned earlier, if you add one dot to the data, one dot to the data, this hash will change, right? So what miners do, because every 10 minutes one block is released from the Bitcoin, and miners start basically mining. What does mining do, the machines do? It randomly do hit and trial of this nuance number, and try on a hit and trial basis, this hash comes as four zeros in front. And whosoever wins, like with the miner who get that nuance number which gives first four digits as zero for any blockchain, for the blockchain which is released, for the block which is released, and he is rewarded with the Bitcoins. Right now, there is a concept of halving also, I will not go into that. So right now, if you Google it, so the reward of the mining is 3.125 Bitcoin. So whosoever finds this number gets 3.125 Bitcoin in its account. So that's the reward which is given to the miner basically, and that's why it's quite lucrative. So 3.125 Bitcoin is so much big amount nowadays. So the person who mines gets this amount. And what mining is nothing. They are dumb computers which are sitting, basically they have just put up dumb computers, and what they are doing, they're just trying the different numbers, random numbers over the block, so that they can achieve this number. So what they do, they try this number, for example, they try one. Okay, does the hash is coming as first four digit as zero? No. Then two, then this, then three, then this, any random number. So they are just trying different numbers. They are just putting the dumb numbers, and they are just trying. Okay, it's just basically a luck, basically, nothing else. And the probability of luck increases when you have large number of systems who are doing it. So the person who has a big mining set is getting more reward, basically. There are chances of more reward to it. So that's why miners are setting up large big rooms of mining, basically. So it's nothing, it's just entering this nuance number, just nothing else, basically. All the data remains same, everything remains same, just this number is changed so that the hash can change, and hash can become first four digit as zero. And this proof of concept can be anything. So for Bitcoin, it is first four digit as zero. For Ethereum, it is different. For another, is different, right? And for Bitcoin, for example, the block releases in 10 minutes, and for Ethereum, I think it's 1 minute, if I'm not wrong. And for different blockchain, it's different, basically. So it can be different, right? So this is how the block is created. And SHA-256 is nothing. The hash. Someone mentioned the way of coding, like the hash also have the different way of coding. There different way of protocol. So for Bitcoin, especially, SHA-256 is used. Now, you don't have to go into this, but it's just a protocol, basically. So that's basically proof of concept is the difficulty level which has been increased. That's why miners are getting into the race. Okay, whosoever wins will get 3.125 Bitcoins, right? They're spending also onto that to buy more computers, dumb computers, right? And as soon as this particular hash is found, the block is created. The block is added to the blockchain, and it is binded, and it is distributed over all the peer-to-peer networks, basically all the systems. Okay, I think that's the basic concept of blockchain. How does it works actually? And that's it. This is only what blockchain is all about. And that's the technology behind it, and you can add more complexities to it as you go, and you can see the real life usage also. We have last I think 5 to 8 minutes. I'll just cover quickly over the rest few slides. So now moving on to the how, as I mentioned, how blockchain works. It's of course presented here as I shared over the few slides earlier. The block is created and the block is so first if I show you, sorry. I have to show you. So a transaction is requested and authenticated. A block represents the transaction is created, right? The block is sent to every node. So every node, whosoever is a node, like as I mentioned, node can be my system also. I can create a node, I can be a server, and I can be a client of that also. So that's the beauty of peer-to-peer network. Then I can nodes validate the transaction, right? Nodes receive a reward as soon as validated. So this is the mining concept. So validate the transaction means get that 4-digit, right? Get the code that first 4-digit as 0 basically. The nodes receive the reward of proof of work. So after that, whosoever wins gets the reward. Then block is added to the existing blockchain. Then update the distributed ledger is added. The transaction is complete. So that's how basically the transaction works in a blockchain environment. Now moving further, smart contracts and dApp. I think we have. Okay, now we can just spend few minutes over smart contracts and dApp. So how smart contracts and dApp? dApp is basically sorry, distributed application, basically a decentralized application. I'm really sorry, decentralized application. So both are quite similar. So how smart contract works? So what smart contract is? So now with the passage of time and increase of technology, what many blockchain what blockchain has what I will show, the technology of blockchain has increased tremendously. The community, what community has done, for example, in Ethereum case. So now, for example, as I mentioned, in block you can write anything, right? If you go back, you can write anything, any text, anything. So now what they are doing, they are writing code here. So they are writing code here, they are creating a code, they are creating an application. So it can have anything, right? So what they are doing, they are writing entire code there, entire application there, entire smart contract. So first we talk about smart contract. So for example, I created a smart contract where I coded everything. Okay, for example, where I say, okay, when this event happen, the amount will be transferred to this particular party, right? So now what I've done, I've created. So if I give an example to explain you. So for example, I hosted a web game, right? Racing game, right? On a racing game over the internet, right? And what I did, I created a smart contract of it, right? I hosted that on the blockchain. So I created a smart contract. So what that smart contract says, that okay, the people will come, the participants will come, they will contribute the money. And one thing to be noted, for any blockchain right now, as of day, for any blockchain smart contracts or dApp, you have to do transaction with the cryptocurrency. We can banks are not connected to it right now. So for example, so participants will come and they will contribute this much Bitcoin or this much cryptocurrencies, and then they will be able to participate. And whosoever win, the entire amount will be credited to that winner, basically, right? So I created this particular code and I embedded it in the for example, Ethereum blockchain. Right now, this is live up in the blockchain. Nobody can change it. As I mentioned earlier, as we can see, nobody can change it. If I change the code here, the entire blockchain will be broken. So no one can change it. Right. So now the contract is part of the public blockchain. Contract is created. Now I don't have to anything like we. There is no third party involvement, no bank is involved. Earlier what I used to do, like for example, if not in a blockchain environment, I'll host a game and I'll collect money from the participants, and in case when winner is for the winner, I may don't provide the amount to him. I may don't give the price to him. So that's up to me because I'm the organizer, right? So the third party is involved. But in case of blockchain, everything is automated. So no one has the right to change anything. Even nobody, like for example, in the normal case, there was a server, someone can change it, but here no one can change it. So that's basically the smart contract. So the contract over the blockchain is a smart contract. And similar is dApp, which is decentralized app. So what now Ethereum has done, Ethereum started it. They have created an entire language where you can put entire application over the blockchain, and everything will be coded into the blockchain, and no one can change it basically over the time, right? And similarly, the concept of metaverse came into the picture. Like everything is over the blockchain, right? So that's something. I think that's basically the concept of smart contracts, and then the technology is evolving. Now many use cases are there in the shipping industries. Smart contracts are prepared, right? Government is also doing transactions from blockchain, like the RBI has enabled the blockchain. ICA has also started using blockchain. You will see sooner there will be a third party app, so third party, sorry, from the banks, basically the confirmation from the bank would be coming from the blockchain enabled application. There are third party apps also which are now having third party confirmation from using the blockchain technology, because they are good in, like they are considered good in the eye of the regulator, also in the eye of the client. And I think ICI has tie up with those apps also. You can just go to the cmpbenefits.ici. You can find there are a couple of apps I have used for which are using blockchain technology. So uh, so that's, I think that's about the blockchain AI. And I think I open the floor now for Q&A session. Hope I am on time and have not delayed the session. Thank you very much. Yeah.
मेरा मामला एक फंसा हुआ है, सौरभ भी साइन किया है, भेज चुका, email आएगा सौरभ?
Sorry, I'm hearing voices from background.
Thank you, Deepak ji. It's a very good session for on enhancing skills on AI and blockchain technologies for us.
Thank you, sir.
It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful webcast on enhancing skills in AI and blockchain technologies, organized by the Professional Skills and Investment Committee of ICI. On behalf of the Professional Skill Investment Committee ICI, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our speaker, Sri Deepak Dayal, for his enlightening session. Sincere thanks to the event enablers from the Varanasi branch of CIRT of the ICI, who enabled the webcast throughout. A wide round of applause and thanks to the organizer, Professional Skill Enrichment Committee ICI, our today's speaker, Sri Deepak Dayalji, and other stakeholders made the webcast a memorable one. Finally, we would like to thank all of our present here and helping us make this webcast a grand success. Thank you, one and all. On behalf of Varanasi branch, this is Vaibhav Viritra, Secretary, Varanasi branch.
Thank you, Babuji. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for participating. Thank you.